Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Before we get started on today's video, I want to remind you to please go to my website at letstalkdarling.com. Make sure you scroll on up to the top, follow me on all my social media platforms, then scroll on down to the bottom. Make sure you put your email address in there in case they kick your girl off of here. Now, before we get started with this video today, I just want to say this, okay? I don't know how many times we have to see this man saying something stupid, doing something stupid before we realize he is not fit to be president. Now, today, we're actually going to talk about the most recent idiotic thing your commander-in-chief, Mr. Joe Biden, has done. He was recently at the Global Warming Conference. I believe that's what it is. Yeah, Global Warming Conference in Scotland, okay, where this man fell asleep, y'all. He fell asleep at the wheel, okay? This is why they call him Sleepy Joe. That's why you know who calls him Sleepy Joe, because he falls asleep everywhere. Now, I don't mean to make fun of him or anything like that. That's not what I'm trying to do. But the fact of the matter is, he's not well. He's senile. He's a little too elderly, I think. And I also believe he has the onset, if not full-blown, dementia. And I have also gotten messages from medical professionals on some of my social media platforms that have told me that he for sure has dementia and that most likely he is on some pretty heavy medication, which is causing his verbal stumbles, his inability to like make sense, the falling asleep, okay? They're saying that in order for him to even function for part of the morning or half of the day, he is pretty heavily medicated. This is just their opinion, okay? He is pretty heavily medicated and he goes to sleep pretty early to be able to function at least a portion of the day. Now, of course, we don't know that for sure. I'm not saying that I have any inside information. This is just opinion, okay? I have to say that because, you know, I can't really say anything for sure. I can't even really say things that are factual because if they don't like what I'm saying, you know what happens. Anyways, let's not delay. I want you guys to see this video. Now, we're going to pause it a little bit throughout because there's some interesting observations that I'm making here. And I just kind of wanted to share them with you guys. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen here and we are going to get started on this video. And I hope you guys can hear it because I hope my audio is working. Let's just say that. I'm going to try to make this screen. Okay, there we go. So, oops. Okay, so before we start this video, again, he's in Glasgow in the UK. And you can see here that he's sitting amongst a bunch of people. Okay, now I don't know who these people are. Like, they may be very important people. I just don't know who they are. But you have Joe here with his mask on. Okay, you've got this lady here. She's talking on her phone. Okay, you've got this dude here. He's picking his nose. He's got his mask down. Okay, you've got this lady. She ain't got no mask at all. So I'm really confused because he's so pro-mask. They're at a global warming conference, right? These are the types of people that are always like whining and crying about the environment and how we're all going to just like slip into the ocean one day and, you know, we're going to be gone. But they're probably also the same people that are crying about wear your mask because you're putting my health in danger, blah, 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 whatever, whatever. Okay. So I want you guys to just kind of pay attention to what's going on around here because this is quite funny. Okay. So let's go ahead and start the video and we'll stop it probably throughout.
Is no longer a debate about the future or what might happen, because it is happening. We are some of the planet's most vulnerable citizens and some of the most resilient.
So he doesn't, let me just, okay. He doesn't seem to be very engaged here. He's like looking around and even like the person that's talking, I'm like, who the hell is talking? Like the person themselves sounds a little sus. Like, I'm not going to say anything because I can't see this person, But let's just say they sound like somebody that used to be rocking beans and franks and maybe isn't anymore. If you catch my drift. If you catch my drift. But I also find it really interesting. I mean, these people don't look like they're leaders of any country, right? At least in my opinion. Again, I don't know. It could be. However, I find it very interesting that they've just gone ahead and just placed the president of the United States, the leader of the free world, in the middle of what seems to be like pretty regular folks, right? There's people walking around. This lady's on the phone. She's Asian, like who knows who she's talking to? Like she could be sharing secrets. Again, just my opinion, YouTube. Don't freak out, okay? She could be sharing something, okay? But I just found it interesting that he's just kind of sitting in this very relaxed environment, and he's the president of the United States. All right, let's keep watching.
Is equally vulnerable, and is resilient is not without limits. We are dangerously close to reaching those limits. In my home in South Africa, I see the impact of climate change on our communities, on our economy, on our ability to grow food, and even to survive. I see a generation growing up with fear in their hearts about what the future holds. On behalf of everyone, disabled and non-disabled all around the world, I call on
Here we go.
concrete actions to stop the destruction of this magnificent.
Oh, here he goes. He's starting to fall asleep, y'all. He's starting to fall asleep.
This conference is one of the most important meetings in history. You have the chance to make decisions and reach agreements which will affect the lives of generations to come. You are in a position of extraordinary.
He is straight, like he's like swaying a little bit. Like if I was sitting around here, I'm sorry, but I'm just kind of like a nosy person by nature. But if I was her or her or her or even him, okay, he might be looking over here. I would be dying right now. I'd be like, ooh, like she's even got her phone. Like I would be like low key catching a quick viral moment right here, being right next to him.
You can change forever the trajectory we are on.
Now, I don't know who these people are that are like walking in front of him, because you'll see like the guy that just walked by, this guy right here. I'll rewind a little bit. Okay, so you see this guy right here in a suit. I see like, I think it's like once or twice that this guy or somebody walks by him in front of him. And I don't know if those are his people. And they're like, is this fool really falling asleep? Like they're sending people in to kind of check and walk by and maybe wake him up, trying to do everything they can to not have to like physically go wake him up, which you see somebody actually has to go do. But I don't know why it would even be allowed that somebody would be able to walk by the president of the United States so freely. I don't care what type of conference you're in, the president of the United States should be protected, especially this dude. He should be protected heavily, okay? Because I'm sure there's people that, want to tap him on the shoulder.
Forever the trajectory we are on. You can make a world that is once again full of hope, not fear. This is my message from Earth to come. On behalf of we.
Okay, so here is here's a dude. I don't know if this is like his team. I don't know if this is Secret Service or who this is, but he clearly gets sent over there because they're like, we got to wake this guy up. I mean, here's the thing about it, okay? You are at a global conference that is being watched live across the world, okay? For you to not realize that cameras aren't going to be centered on you, especially when you are constantly, like giving the media these incredible viral moments, they're going to have their cameras on you and nobody else just to catch the moment where you do something. And this is exactly how they caught this moment. So now this guy's coming over here. He's probably like, you need to wake up, sir. Do I need to give you like something, some like no-dos? Do I need to give you like some energy pills? Do you need to be 12 shot? Do you need me to run a little kid under your nose so you perk up? I don't know. Like, he's probably checking with him to see what the problem is. So let's keep on watching and see what happens.
I ask you, please help us to guarantee a safer future for every life, regardless of their ability.
Joe's like, no, I'm fine. I'll stay awake.
imagine.
And this little thing right here was covering it up, but you guys could see that he looked like, oh, hell, like I just got caught falling asleep at the wheel. This is not good. So it was probably a super embarrassing moment. I'll post the video down here in the description box so you guys can see it, because he continues to just sit there and sorry, let me fix my screen. He just continues to sit there and just kind of look lost, like somebody who just got woken up from a nap. And then he's just like clapping and there's no reason to clap. It's really, really a sad situation. Another question I have that I was thinking about, like I was trying to listen to what the person was saying that was speaking while he was taking a nap. And it sounded like your basic like introduction speeches, right? Of like a big conference. Like they have these people come up and just kind of like talk a little bit, give a little bit of introduction about what they're going to be discussing in the conference, whatever. But I was really wondering, like, why is the president of the United States, again, because the people around him indicated to me he was sitting amongst pretty regular people. Why is the president of the United States sitting there for those what seems to be pretty low level discussions, right? Like just the introduction discussions. Why is he even sitting there? Is he doing it to like show that he cares? I mean, if that was the case, he should have stayed awake. Now, what's really, really funny about this is that you don't see the CNNs, the MSNBC, Fox News has been all over it, but like the left wing media, you don't see them jumping all over this, like The View, the usual suspects that want to talk about President Trump and everything he does. Like, for instance, when he was caught at the Atlanta Braves game doing the tomahawk chop, they had all kinds of stuff to say about it, right? Kyle Rittenhouse, they saw him yawn at his trial. I think it was either today or yesterday, right? They were all over that, saying he wasn't taking it seriously because he was yawning, blah, 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 right? They're so biased, right? I remember when in 2019, when President Trump was invited to go to I think it was like the same conference. It was global warming, something or other, or climate change, something, it was something around the same thing where all the world leaders come to this meeting, right? President Trump said he wasn't going to attend because he wanted to go to a religious freedom event. And the CNN was all over it. Like they were just like, he's not taking this seriously. He doesn't care about climate change, right? But then jokes on them because President Trump actually showed up for like 15, 20 minutes, right? Just to see what it was all about. But he didn't make it any secret that his opinion on the whole climate change, global warming thing is he doesn't really believe in it, right? So of course he wouldn't go to the meeting. He actually sent some of his people there. He said, you go to the meeting, take notes, let me know if anything of interest comes up. But they were all over him for not attending that conference. And here is Sleepy Joe taking a cat nap at a big global conference in front of all these cameras, and they don't say anything about it. They don't say anything. I think it's ridiculous. It just goes to show how biased our media is, how full of they are. And anyways, that's all I had to say about that. I just thought it was quite a funny video. I wanted to share it with you guys. I'm sure you've seen it all over social media. But if you haven't, and this is the first time you saw it, please let me know what you think in the comments box below as usual. And I appreciate you watching this video. Make sure you share, make sure you like it. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to come back for another one. Thank you guys so much, and have a good one. Bye-bye.